The Encircling Sea is the second book in the original Vindolanda trilogy, and it picks up pretty much where we left off at the end of Vindolanda. You've got Flavius Ferox, still a Regionarius, the regional centurion, in his little outpost that he calls Syracuse for reasons explained in the first story, but best known to himself. And this time, though, instead of going into what will become Scotland, the north there, that area, we look more to the west and to the far north. So this is a time where we look at the coast of Cumbria. Now, one of the intriguing things about Hadrian's Wall is that at the same time it was built, the Romans continued the system of turrets or towers and fortlets, rather like the Mile castles, and major forts with a garrison of a full auxiliary unit behind it, all the way around the coast of Cumbria. Now, they didn't build the wall bit because when you're building by the sea, you don't really need a wall. But no one's ever fully been able to explain what was going on there and why this was happening. So this is the context for the story. It's about raiders coming in boats, coming by sea. Now, where they come from, much harder to say. We just don't have the evidence. So it might well be they've come from further north, come down the coast from, again, what would become Western Scotland. Or have they come from Ireland, Hibernia, as the ancients knew it? A similar area culturally, linguistically to the Iron Age tribes of Britain, but one where the Romans never formally went, at least in terms of an occupying force. We know of a couple of occasions where they have diplomatic contact, where there are appeals for them to intervene, for instance, to Agricola, the governor in the 80s AD, but he doesn't go. He dismisses it with the comment that it would take a legion and its auxiliaries to suppress the place, but that the revenue wouldn't be worth the effort and the cost of doing it. Now, in our story, our heroes do get to go on a diplomatic mission to Ireland, so we could see a freer society that's similar to the ones that had existed in Roman Britain. But again, as those differed from each other, the probability is that the tribes of Ireland were somewhat different. But it means I can draw upon the later medieval literature, the Ulster cycle, the Tales of Cuchulainn, that sort of thing, to bring in some sense of this different world and to take us to somewhere a little bit different. And then after that, we're up in an island off the northwest coast of Scotland. I haven't been specific as to which one, and we come to an area where you have these brocks today, these big stone multi-story roundhouses. Brock was originally when they thought they were built by the Vikings, and it was a Viking word rather than, in fact, they're much earlier. They're certainly Iron Age. So we've got that, and we've got a mention from Tacitus' biography of Agricola. There's a little incident he talks about that involving a cohort of the Usipi, and that would all be woven into the plot. So that was the inspiration. It's Ferox doing what he does, but it's going further afield to different places, different locations, to let us see a bit more of the world as I try to imagine it at that time.